What I have here with me is an interesting IM from Kiwi, Forteza. It's a hybrid IM, but interestingly, this one is a different kind of hybrid with two dynamic drivers, two 10 dynamic drivers, and one BA drivers. You guys can see the drivers in the shell too, so that is a good thing. I like to look into the drivers. These semi-transparent kind of shells are very intriguing to me. So this one is priced at $60, and interestingly, unlike its Melody and Singolo that are a bit more expensive than the Forteza, this one comes with a case. They do not. That's kind of baffling. And this one comes with slightly better tips too, which is kind of confusing. But the cable is not exactly great. It is average. You guys can see it doesn't have much memory or anything, but there is nothing special about this cable. But interestingly, unlike most of the IEMs, this one has a kind of custom like design. It has a wing like design and it looks nice. It looks good in my opinion. A glitter face plate. You can get it in pink and few other colors, but this blue one looks very good too. Blue green, kind of hue to the shell, and it's a good looking IEM. But we are not here for the looks but the sound quality. So how does this one sounds? Now this is a W shaped IM and I like the presentation of this IM, but you need to keep in mind that it kind of depends upon the source too. If you are using it with a mobile phone or weaker source, it might sound slightly more screechy. Okay, the finishing region is a bit on the thinner, a bit on the leaner side when you are not using a good source. When you switch to a good source, slightly more powerful source, this one is not screechy anymore. It doesn't try to be shouty or anything like that, and it gets a bit on the smoother side, slightly warmer, slightly fuller notes in the mid range, and that is more comfortable and more soothing when you are using it directly from a mobile phone uh, out of the 3.5 mm socket. Now sound wise, this is, as I said, is a W shaped IM and it sounds good. It sounds very good in my opinion, and it has a well-rounded performance, to be precise. It doesn't have woolly or slow kind of bass. It doesn't have bad mid-range or treble either, and the staging is very good too. So this is a very well-rounded performing IEM. Let's break down the sound quality. It has good sub bass extension but not the best. Okay, rumbles are not exactly great, but it is not like it is lacking rumbles, but it's not that much rumbly either. Mid bass is a bit more fuller, but the decay is a bit on the tighter side, a bit on the faster side, so notes are not loose. They have good amount of air, they have good amount of punch to them, but they are not woolly or they are not muddy or anything like that. So they have good amount of resolution and definition. Yes, layered delivery is a bit of a more technical point which this IM is not great at. It has decent amount of layering, but it is not great with that. But dynamics are good. It can hit upper bass notes cleanly. Not that difficult for it to do that. So it is good with the bass. Okay, if you are not looking for a boomy bassy kind of IM, you can definitely consider the Forteza too. Moving on to the mid range, that is where this IM is kind of interesting because it is slightly uneven there. Okay, instruments around the vocals are not forward and they kind of feel slightly lacking resolution too. I'm not very impressed, but it's not like it is bad or anything like that. Most of the IMs in this price range do not concentrate on instruments or technical abilities in the mid range, so that's not a flaw here. Vocals too are good. Okay, if you are using a good source, male vocals can be very appealing. Okay, female vocals are always appealing with this kind of IM with slightly more taller, slightly more finishing oriented presentation. So this one is good with vocals, no issues with instruments either. Tonality and timbre are a bit on the neutral side, might be slightly on the leaner side for the vocals too, but yeah, that is not a problem. Cohesion and that kind of stuff are decent. It's not bad like KZ. These are decent. I'm liking the tuning of the mid range too. So the upper mid is slightly screechy. Okay, it can be slightly uncomfortable. If you are comfortable with that kind of energy, that kind of extra bit of transparency in the upper mid region, then you will be very comfortable. But for others, it can be slightly tiring, it can be slightly bothering. In any case, it's okay. It's not like it is intolerable or anything like that. It's fairly tolerable in that region too. If we start talking about the Treble, this one is a slightly kind of mixed bag with the high end. It doesn't have the best extension, but it has good clarity up till the upper treble region. Lower and upper treble have good amount of layering and separation, good amount of sparkle and energy with the instruments. What I like is the height. Okay, they have good height, so it is good with the staging, doesn't have any issues with the clarity. Cue placement is decent too. Yes, the technical aspect of this IEM is not exactly great, but this treble range cannot be flawed because you are not paying that much. $60, at $60 you are getting enough in my opinion. And this is the good IEM, very good looking IEM with good performance across the spectrum. If you want something that has a bit of flavoring in a particular part of the spectrum, this might not be that. It is not a bassy IM, it is not a mid forward IM, it is not a triple friendly IM either. So it is a more all-rounder kind of IM that delivers in all aspects, and if you have a good source, it will sound very good. So this is my standalone review of Kiwi Years Forteza, their kind of budget hybrid IM. So thank you for watching guys, have a nice day, enjoy.